Hi art friends!
Hello art friends!
I hope you're all excited for some doodles and tea.
What is with that intro that you've started doing?
That's the intro, that's our jingle.
Look at this tea. This is iced tea. This isn't even real. Is it real tea?
Everyone, be excited for this mug. Okay, now close your eyes. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Keep them closed. Now open them. Isn't that a cool mug?
It's a glittery frog cup.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put my tea in this. I don't want to do it over my sketchbook.
There you go. That's some frog ASMR for you. Give me that. Oh.
I've been so excited to film this. One, because there's a frog drawing in here. There's also frogs on my cup. And I've been dying for a drink of this iced tea.
Because I want to keep it with what we are actually doing, we're using Posca pens, guys. We haven't used these in a very long time, so we thought it'd be fun to try Posca pens out again.
So if you are someone who is in the art community on social media...
Yeah.
You might have noticed that everyone at the moment is using Posca pens.
Yeah, seriously, everyone. We're all like reaching for these pens.
Just grabbing everything.
So do you have any other reason as to why you wanted to do this, or was it literally because you've seen everybody else doing it then?
Everyone else was jumping off the bridge and I was like...
Jumping off the bridge? That looks like fun. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do, because as you can see, I have nothing, so... I'm going to make sure I better, draw it on this side so you guys can see, so...
Oh, I feel so satisfying to be drawing with Poscas. You know what, in our very first ever art video in the library that we filmed, I was using some Posca pens in that.
In the very first, yeah. Oh my god. Guys, if you want to see something awkward, I'll put it in the cards, our first ever video. Steph's always been like a natural, but in those first videos, wow.
I don't like the way I come across in old videos.
I had like the personality of like a wet fish.
I don't think my personality came across super true to myself as well.
Well, the channel was very, very different back then.
Yeah, because I used to solely edit the videos back then. One, I wasn't very good at it.
Yes, you are. You're way too hard on yourself.
And I used to cut out like so many bits that I thought would be awkward. Whereas since I've started letting Adam more involved with the back scenes.
I leave all them in. Leave them all in.
Yeah, he leaves all like the awkward bits in, and it probably is more true to what it's actually like to hang out with me. So if I come across as more of a dingus on the channel now,
it's because you are.
It's because Adam's editing me. But it's interesting how much editing can change your video up.
Can really, yeah, definitely.
Because I had a friend who works in TV and film, and he's shown me examples of what you can do with footage to like completely flip how someone's portrayed. So you know when people do interviews and then they're like, oh no, the media made me look really bad. It's because that's what the media can literally do.
Someone in editing was like, lol.
Yeah, you can literally just like splice things up. And say you just literally get someone saying, no, I don't like that. And then you could have a really controversial question, like they could say to them, do you like chocolate muffins? And then you splice the person and you have them say, no, I don't like that.
I don't. But sometimes it's like, I don't like that. And it's kind of obvious. Editing is it's a fun but also a very scary thing. With great power comes great responsibility. Yeah. I wish I could have found the bigger Posca pens. I could be doing this.
Yeah, because I got you some huge ones for your birthday before.
Just behind the scenes, guys, I was looking for them and I was like, oh, I really want to use these for the video. And Steph was just sat here waiting. I was like, how
I just wanted to drink iced tea. I'm drawing a frog. Yeah, we wouldn't even normally be filming on this day.
But it was because you were ill a while ago.
Yeah, Adam was literally just playing on The Sims, and I was like, I know you're playing on The Sims.
No, you weren't, guys. I suggested, because I was not doing anything, should we make a video? And you were like,
no,
yeah.
I already mentioned it earlier today, and you were like,
oh, no. I didn't want to do it already. That was a different time.
But then the second you were like, let's do it, I was like, yes!
Yeah, most couples, when they get romantic, are like, oh, do you wanna cuddle, or oh, do you wanna go on a romantic meal? With us,
I wanna order a pizza.
With us, it's like, do you wanna film a Doodles and tea? It's like, oh yeah.
Let's get the tea out. You know, I've just realised that because it's titled Doodles and Tea, I've noticed that like salty culture is kind of a trendy thing on the internet at the moment.
Oh, like sipping tea.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've just realised that tea could be associated as like sassy, like we're spilling tea on things. But I'm really not that kind of person. I don't have anything negative to really say about anything.
Am I not sassy?
Well, if you've got any tea to spill, then you just go for it.
I do most of the housework.
The tea has been brought
Oh
to
wait,
the table.
that's not tea, that's like Drew. I like doing housework though. I like using the vacuum. Guys, comment down below if you like to
Oh
vacuum.
yeah, Adam loves vacuuming.
Vacuuming is like my jam, I love using that thing.
But yeah, if there's any tea spilling in these videos, it's probably literal tea spilling and I'll be screaming because it'll go off my sketchbook.
When the tea's too strong.
I quite like how colourful my frog's coming out.
Your frog's looking really cute.
Oh, and what's this little creature you're drawing?
I drawn a Knuckles.
Oh, is it Knuckles?
But I realised that he's wearing Sonic shoes, so he's like, I steal your shoes.
You know, when I saw that, I was thinking it looked like some kind of creature in Sonic shoes.
He's just a very round boy.
Oh my gosh, the other night, when I wasn't feeling too good, I couldn't sleep. And naturally, when I can't sleep, I keep Adam up like all night.
Let me see!
And we were looking at like really terrible apps on the App Store. And we came across this crossword app where the clues are just so ridiculous. I don't even know how you're meant to solve it. We just got it to read the clues and then we uninstalled it, but we had a good time.
It's so sassy. I just got it just to, I'm still cool. I just realised, like, mate gives Knuckles like a green face. So he's like,
Yeah, it is. That's what made me think it's sort of like a little sort of UFO kind of creature.
Knuckles is dying! Okay, maybe I should try and do something a bit more actual nature-y themed.
I can't remember if we mentioned as well, but Posca pens are basically a type of paint pen.
Yeah, so they're super, like, well, opaque. They're super strong.
Yeah, and you can like overlap them over each other pretty well.
Yeah, like here with the white, I went over the red with the white, and it works quite well.
Mine's such sort of like, well, I guess yours is as well. I was going to say it was just sort of like a conscious stream of doodling.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just going.
But
with the
that's
flow.
literally what you're doing right now.
Yeah, it's fun like that though. I enjoy it.
I've lost the light blue. Is it around?
Oh, is it over?
Hey, you're hiding them on the other side.
No.
No wonder I can't find anything.
I'm definitely not hoarding these pens. I wanted to ask you guys, have you ever come across anything strange in the woods?
That's very particular.
Well, I'm doing like this little forest man right now, and if I seen him, I'd be like, you're a strange fellow.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what's one of the strangest things I've seen in the woods. Have you ever seen a really strange mushroom in the woods?
Have you seen a yeti?
Let me know if you've seen a yeti, guys. I've been pretty convinced that they're a thing recently.
You're convinced about the Sasquatch?
How come it has like multiple names?
Because he's an icon.
He's an icon.
And he deserves as many
He's
names.
got like a stage name, home name,
He deserves as many names as he pleases.
a pet name. His wife calls him.
Sassy. Just head to the store, Sassy. But what if they take pictures of me?
It's because he's so handsome.
Yeah, it's just because you're so handsome, dear.
I was about to use that light green and you've grabbed it.
No. You have to learn to share, my dear.
What's that? What is this sharing you speak of?
What is that?
There's like a little bubble of it stuck on the end.
Oh yeah, that's one downside with Posca pens. Like
These are the fine ones.
they
Yeah.
munch up paper and it sticks to the end.
I'm gonna try to wipe it off with my hand. It was worth it. I sacrificed my thumb.
Easy girl.
Oh, so I've tipped my sketchbook upside down because I was smudging my hand through it and it wasn't a good look. So just so I can colour this mushroom down here, that's what I'm up to.
I need your advice, hon.
What do you need my advice?
I've drawn many more nature-y sprites and I want to know what expressions they could be having. Because a lot of them don't have faces.
Oh, can you draw one who looks excited to have a cup of iced tea?
Oh yeah, this one. You can be like, oh no.
Why is he so distraught to have a cup of tea?
Because he doesn't have it, he's running to go and get
Oh,
it.
right.
He's like, oh my god.
Right, can you do one who's impersonating a frog?
Okay. You can be going like, bleh.
Is that what frogs do?
He has his mouth open, he's going, nah.
That's almost a similar expression to the iced tea expression.
Nasty. Well, thank you for those two suggestions.
And one who looks like he's gonna sneeze. Because I think that's a quality expression that everyone occasionally pulls.
Oh, okay, so it can be like...
This looks really concerned. That one kind of reminds me of, what's he called from SpongeBob? Plankton, that's the one.
Oh, well, that's quite a compliment.
I'm trying to stick with a colour palette for mine.
Oh, I'm not. I've drawn like dying Knuckles, and maybe it's all these sprites, maybe they've infected him and Knuckles is slowly perishing.
You say it's not a colour palette, but yours is probably even more limited of a colour palette than mine, because you've got...
Really?
Yeah, red, green and black.
You reckon?
I've seen a lot of people using pastel Posca colours at the moment as well, and I'd be really interested in
Yeah, we don't have any,
getting
do
hold
we?
of some.
Oh.
Yeah, considering the amount of Posca pens we have, we don't have any...
We could make some really cool pastel-y stuff. Guys, if you want us to get hold of those pastel-y ones, and you want to see a video on that, let us know.
Yeah, we could do a pastel Doodles anti...
Can we do a poll on Knuckles, and can you tell me, is he dying? Because
What, you mean like in Sonic lore or in your picture?
in this picture, because he seems happy, but maybe he's just like, just trying to be polite.
Oh no, if we use that word we might get like the video demonetized. So we have to use something that sounds like dying, but...
Is Knuckles slowly fading? Is it fatal?
I was gonna say a rhyming word for Knuckles, like...
Is Knuckles having a chuckle?
I meant a rhyming word for dying, not
Is chuckling Knuckles flying?
Okay, I'm spinning this back around.
Okay.
So you can have a proper look at what I've been up to.
Yay! Oh, that's looking so good. I really like that mushroom. Looks like it's got toothpaste on it.
I've got a raccoon down here as well.
A raccoon? Guys, do any of you struggle sharing art supplies? Earlier on today, Steph was asking me for my pencil case, because it had disappeared. And who was the last person that used it then?
Uh-oh. That might have
You were
been
like,
me.
your pencil case has gone missing. I was like, it better not have. You're the last person that used it. Oh, Knuckles, look at this nature-y scene. I do hope you're going to stay with us and not disappear one day.
I think it's a really sweet scene.
Oh, maybe it's just a giant, like, nature sprite dressed up as him. That would work.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, like, Knuckles, he got lost in the jungle, but then he made friends with a lot of forest spirits, and he was there for so long that his
He
body
became
got
one.
covered in, like, ivy.
He had a severe allergic reaction.
I ended up putting more details in that raccoon than what I thought it was going to.
Oh, look at his funky colours there. That looks awesome. Making it more naturey, and nature's slowly taking over Knuckles.
I think it's really cool, I like it. He looks like a sci-fi creature.
Sci-fi creature. You know what he's supposed to be? Knuckles is supposed to be a real animal, you know.
Oh, well.
I think that'd break his little heart. You look like some kind of alien. Oh no. Oh, yours is way cute. I really, really like yours then. I'm just covering Knuckles in leaves and things.
Yeah, I'm just popping in like a few.
I think this Knuckles is a giant pea.
A giant red pea. I always forget that with this medium, it stays wet for a little while, so you have to start playing like hand acrobats to start getting to like the other side of the page.
You're the finest hand acrobat I know, hun.
Thank you. I strive to do my best. You know what? I'm not going to risk that because I think I will smudge the paint and ruin everything. So I'm going to treat myself to a cup of tea. Okay guys, here's what we managed to create for this episode of Doodles and Tea. Don't forget to like the video. One like equals one prayer for this monstrosity Knuckles. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to post a mystery video somewhere on screen now. Do come back soon for another Doodle Day. Bye.